Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good afternoon to you all. So before starting the session, my apologies. Yesterday I couldn't take the session as I was not well. Okay, so today I'm back again and I hope the volume problem has been resolved because I have recorded and I have checked everything and I have rechanged all the settings again. Okay, so with this, let us start today's session, which is on the National Education Policy 2020. Now, this is one of the most important policies or the programs or the initiative that has been taken up by the government of India, especially under two parts. कहाँ पे एक तो हमारा this would be important for your ESI where education is an important pillar, okay, and it is important for your regular current affairs as well. Okay, yes, I am good now, Arpan. I'm very much good. That's the reason I'm taking class today. Weather change that impacts me a lot. That is a major that was only the major issue yesterday. Okay, so recently कई सारे updates आए थे NEP में. So I thought that we have to include that in our schemes part and we'll cover this in a detailed manner so that would be helpful for you in two ways. One, the questions from these can be asked in the MCQs form, objective में भी पूछ सकते हैं, and on the other hand they can ask you questions directly, descriptive questions based on this NEP, that is descriptive questions, or this content you can use to substantiate your descriptive answers if there is any question associated with education, etc. Okay, so with this, let me start today's session. These are my credentials, you can go through it later as well. So very recently in July 2023 itself, we have completed 3 years of NEP 2020, wherein lot of things have been highlighted as part of these celebrations. Okay, now this was launched in 2020, and if we look at the national education policy, earlier also we had a national policy on education which was framed in 1986, after which it was modified in 1992. Later, based on the learnings and the outcomes that have been received or learned by the government, they have come up with the latest National Education Policy 2020. And it is a first education policy in 21st century because after 2000 we haven't done anything to that. So it has replaced that 34-year-old NPE 1986. Though it has been modified in 1992, it hasn't been replaced or restructured, etc. based on the latest updates or latest lot of things that have been happening around us. Okay, now who was the person or who is that committee or something who has put forward this or who has recommended this? It is the committee that is headed by Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. The National Education Policy has been drafted and he is a former president of INA, that is Indian National Academy of Engineering, and also ex-chairman of ISRO, former chancellor of JNU. Lot of accolades in his name. So that experienced person, Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, he is the chairman for this drafting committee and he has taken over and looked upon various things, and in fact he has also taken few points from the earlier various other education related committees recommendations as well, which were either they couldn't apply or they couldn't take up those recommendations, or even though taken up they were not able to implement them. Those kind of recommendations also he has taken and incorporated in this latest National Education Policy 2020. Okay, now what is a major aim or objective behind this? This is majorly to provide holistic education. Now when we talk about holistic education, that is completely regular education, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, and other than that, if there are any skill based courses, etc., all that will be bringing them as part of the regular education, that is in a synchronized and systematic manner. How will that happen? Only when we'll take into account Ministry of Education and various other entities like the state governments, state education departments, and various other institutes or organizations who are already working towards a betterment of our Indian education. Okay, so this promotes all that. Okay, I have highlighted all those here. Next, to increase the gross enrollment ratio to 100% in preschool to secondary level by 2030. Now, when we talk about Indian education as such, when we see that, we say no, pre-primary, primary, secondary and all that. See, when we talk about pre-primary, it is less than 6 years of age, जो आपके नर्सरी केजी ये सब आते हैं उसमें. अगर प्राइमरी देखा जाए तो 6 to 11 years, दैट इज फ्रॉम फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड टू फिफ्थ स्टैंडर्ड, ये हम लोग जनरली प्राइमरी एजुकेशन बोलते हैं. एंड सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन इट इज 11 to 15 years and it is 6th class to 10th class. So here we are planning that the gross enrollment ratio. Now what is this gross enrollment ratio? See, for example, there is a population of 100. Example I'm talking about. 100, these are those children who are to be, who actually they should be in primary school, that is from 1st to 5th. Okay, but of which only 50 students are currently enrolled in that primary school. That is, then we can say that gross enrollment ratio is equal to this 50, but opportunity or the original students who can be in that class, primary classes, they are 100. Okay, so only 50% into 100 you will get the gross enrollment ratio. The same formula would be applicable at various levels. Okay, we say na gross enrollment ratio in higher education. Okay, the same formula they'll take. So the gross enrollment ratio, especially for preschool to secondary level, by 2030 we want to make it 100%. Whereas GER in higher education including vocational education वो अभी 26.3% है. Okay, लेटेस्ट आईशे सर्वे के हिसाब से इट इज़ आई थिंक क्लोज टू 40 or 30%. आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल दैट वैल्यू, but 2018 it is 26.3%, and this they want to increase to 50%, at least 50% by 2035. This figure is most important. Okay, so gross enrollment ratio we have to increase. This is what our aim or goal or target, that is as part of this National Education Policy 2020. Now moving on to the objectives. What are the various objectives of NEP 2020? The first thing, the teaching, whatever that is being done in schools, it should be learner centric. अभी तक ऐसा हो रहा था, वॉट एवर टेक्स्ट बुक्स में जो है या करिकुलम जो है, दैट दे हैव टू teach the students, whether they are able to grasp or not, that secondary. Only when the exams are conducted we will be getting to know whether they are able to do that. But now the focus of NEP is learner centric, how the learner will be able to grasp, like teaching with with practical things or some engaging activities. They look into that. Okay, second is discussion based teaching. As I said earlier also, again it was based on the one to many sort of, but now they will try to, as part of this policy, various you can say various points have been added, wherein that will lead to discussion based teaching rather than the one to many type of. Delivering value based education, again along with the regular bookish knowledge, we'll try to impart whatever values that have been passed down from generation to generation in our Indian culture. Developing multidisciplinary thinkers rather than a single subject. Here they have made it mandatory, a policy. One of the point in the policy is that there won't be any hard difference between arts and sciences or vocational and the regular education, or the regular curricular activities and co-curricular activities. This is majorly to promote all students in all these sections. It's not that only education is important, that marks and all. Okay, developing creativity. Now how will, when we start with learner centric teaching, discussion based teaching, and trying to impart values, etc., obviously that would improve the creativity of the student, because they are being given free hand to study or to express their opinions, etc. Discovery oriented teaching. So based on the type of students, the type of environment in which the teacher is teaching, the kind of family background or the societal background, the new teaching methods can be evolved. Okay, developing critical thinkers. Obviously this all will lead to students being critical thinkers. They'll see why it is happening, where it is happening, what is that to be done, so they'll question. Developing decision making. And all this again, since we're trying to give overall knowledge to the student, obviously they'll develop the decision making that further will help them to promote entrepreneurship. Okay, yes, those are the objectives. Now when we talk about NEP 2020, the most important point or the most important thing that they have changed is the curricular and pedagogical structure that was earlier there. Earlier we had, before that 6 years, the basic, the first, 3 plus 10 plus 2 sort of. Okay, or sometimes it used to be 4 also when we consider that play group and all that. Otherwise it was 3 plus 10 plus 2 type of structure that we had in India. But now the new academic structure we are following is the 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, 5 years for foundational. Now foundational, it will be multi-level, because there are 2 levels again here. Class 1 and 2, age 6 to 8, and Anganwadi, etc., that is from 3 to 6. There also they'll be learning some play-based learning or activity-based learning, so that the basic forms of letters, numbers, they'll have an idea about that. So that would be done, and they'll be moved to class first. Now until unless a child completes his or her 6 years of age, they'll not be admitted into first standard as per the NEP 2020. So 6 to 8, that would be classes 1 and 2 years. These two, they have said that this is a foundational stage. Rather than pushing them or putting them under a lot of pressure, we'll take the education in a play or activity based learning. After that would be next 3 years, this is preparatory. Preparation for the next set of levels. So here it is 3 years, classes 3 to 5 and ages 8 to 11. All these points would be important. Each and every point here is important for your examination. So preparatory stage mein kya hai? They'll try to ignite their interest, their enthusiasm among the children. How? By playway method, by discovery and activity based and interactive classroom learning, rather than pushing them. So after that they'll be moving to middle education, that is from 6th to 8th. Okay, in few schools they call it as junior sections. Okay, 6 to 8 and age 11 to 14. Here they'll have experiential learning in science, maths, arts, social studies, humanities, everything, whatever that they want to become in future, maybe going as a mathematicians or into sciences or arts or humanities or polity, whatever, but they should have that basic knowledge, that all would be imparted to them here in these 3 years. Okay, after that would be secondary stage, 4 years, 9th to 12th. So this would be the major foundation for them here for these 4 years, 9th to 12th. Here it would be multidisciplinary study. They'll not be engaged into a single discipline or something. The thick walls that have been built earlier between science and arts and various other disciplinary subjects, that has been brought down here. Greater critical thinking, flexibility, and students' choice of subjects. They'll have the choice of choosing various subjects. It's not that a student who has opted for biology, he or she can't go for maths. अभी ऐसा नहीं है. Maths also they can choose along with biology. Likewise, lot of flexibility has been imparted into this as per this policy. Now, moving on to the next part. ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हो गया, हमने एम भी देख लिया है. देयर शुड बी सम प्रिंसिपल्स बिहाइंड बिल्डिंग द एंटायर पॉलिसी, राइट? Those are the foundational pillars of this NEP. Whatever that has been done, they are done based on these 5 foundational pillars. 1. Access of education or provision of education to all children irrespective of their caste, creed, from what background they are, economic background, social background. Nothing is considered when it comes to education provision till pre-primary till 10th. Okay. Equity. Here there is individualized support to each and every student. ऐसा नहीं कि पहले ऐसा था कि based on जो बहुत जल्दी grasp कर लेते, they used to move forward very fast, but others they used to take their own time. Now that's not there because of the discussion based teaching or individual based teaching, etc. Quality, obviously quality is incorporated into the policy that we can see through various points that are highlighted under this NEP 2020. Affordability. So your free and compulsory education has been made from 3 to 18 year students, that is till 10th at least. Accountability. Now when we talk not 10th, it is till 12th. Sorry, pre-primary till 12th. क्योंकि 16 years तक 10th होता है ना, so pre-primary till 12th free and compulsory education they have done under this particular policy. Accountability. Now the framework of policies and procedures have been incorporated so that the schools which are imparting the education, the district administration, they are being made accountable for improving the educational outcomes under this particular policy. Now, what are the key features? Yes. Ensuring universal access all levels of schooling, pre-primary to grade 12, that is affordability, where it's there that they should get free education, compulsory. Ensuring quality early childhood care and education for all children, that is from 3 to 6 years, foundational, जहाँ पे आंगनवाड़ीज में etc. they'll be provided with the basic numerical skills or the language skills to the students, to the kids. Increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education up to 50%. And how that can be done? Not only the regular education but also by expansion of open and distance learning. Achieving 100% youth and adult literacy. Equitable and inclusive education. Special emphasis is given on the socially and economically disadvantaged groups. Okay. Now when we look at this national credit framework, this is what they are planning to create as part of the NEP 2020, wherein this particular framework can ensure multidisciplinary education, lifelong learning, multiple exit and entry and mobility across streams. What exactly is this? See, when we talk about earlier what we used to have, अगर किसी ने आर्ट्स लिया है, even if he or she is not able to do that well, but still they had to continue in that. Otherwise 1 year हो गया तो उसके बाद वो year waste हो जाएगा if they want to go for some other stream. But here in this case it would not be like that. Okay, here what they are doing is, अगर किसी कोर्स में ज्वाइन हो गया बच्चा यूजी में, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू यूजी, फर्स्ट ईयर कर लिया, बट नाउ ही और शी इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट, ही विल गेट अ सर्टिफिकेट, ही कैन गो फॉर, विद दैट सर्टिफिकेट ही कैन गो फॉर सम अदर स्ट्रीम. अगर 2 years कंप्लीट किया, दैट इज हिज एजुकेशन, हिज और हर एजुकेशन इज नॉट गेटिंग वेस्टेड, ओके, विच वॉज देयर अर्लियर. सेकेंड, अगर 2 years कंप्लीट कर लिया, ही विल गेट अ डिप्लोमा. ओके, 3 years कंप्लीट कर लिया, डिग्री, एंड 4 years ऑनर्स. पहले ऑनर्स 3 years में भी मिल जाता था, बट नाउ अंडर यूजी ऑनर्स इफ दे हैव टू एक्वायर, दे हैव टू कंप्लीट 4 years ऑफ प्रोफेशनल डिग्री. ओके, एंड फ्रॉम डिफरेंट मल्टीपल एग्जिट एंड एंट्री एक जगह से दूसरा, एंड ऑल्सो मोबिलिटी अक्रॉस द स्ट्रीम्स, एक स्ट्रीम से दूसरे स्ट्रीम में भी दे कैन ईजिली वेंचर. Exposure of vocational education in school and higher education system. Now when we talk about the vocational education, earlier it was there majorly for the 11th and 12th, but now what they have done is right from 9th till 12th vocational education is being imparted, for which you need to understand the national कहाँ गया, yes, national skill qualification framework, okay, NSQF. Now under this there are 10 levels, okay, level 1 से लेके आपका level 10 तक रहेगा. level 1 is the basic one, that is entry level, and level 10 मतलब बहुत advanced, that is based on this only skill imparting would be done in the education field, okay. So if we talk about 9th to 12th, the basic would be there like 1 2 3 levels etc. UG से आपका अंडर ग्रेजुएशन से you'll have level 4 to, और जैसे जैसे आपका एजुकेशन बढ़ेगा वैसे वैसे आपका level of skills imparted in that education, in that particular stream would be imparted, okay. level 4 से generally UG से होता है. So here that vocational education that they are imparting, and at least 3 levels they are trying to provide to the students, that framework, whatever the level of that skills would be imparted to the students as part of the regular education itself, okay. No hard separation between courses, like पहले था arts मतलब arts में ही, can't shift to sciences later he or she, but now vice versa and all that it can be done. Arts and sciences, curricular and extracurricular activities, vocational and academic streams, the regular academic streams. Now there is no much separation. New curricular and pedagogical structure 5+3+3+4, already we have discussed this क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़्यादा important है. And establishing national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy. Now this was majorly launched, that is Nipun Bharat National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. Now what is this? Now majorly कई बार ऐसा होता है कि students who are coming to higher classes, especially from first, second to third etc., their proficiency in reading etc., that is little bit low, maybe because of अच्छी quality education नहीं मिला, whatever, there are so many reasons. So here with this they want to impart by third, the third standard, the student should be able to read the basic, do basic maths calculation, and should be able to read and understand the basic language. So here the foundational literacy and numeracy, Nipun Bharat, this they are planning to do by 2025, that by 2025 we should be able to achieve 100% ability by the students to read with understanding and perform basic maths calculation. So this will equip children with vital life skills such as critical thinking and problem solving. Now how this can be done? Only when the teachers would be provided with proper training and they would impart this kind of education to the students with it's a playway method or the skill. So what they have done is for Nipun to be promoted, from each school they have एक टीचर को सेलेक्ट किया है and they have been provided with training how to use various activity based techniques to impart those skills to the children, okay. National education policy places a strong emphasis on FLN as a necessary foundation for all other learnings in life, okay. ये हो गया हमारा निपुण वाला प्रोग्राम. नेक्स्ट आता है emphasis on promoting multilingualism and Indian languages, that is the education, whatever that the various classes, they should have a 3 language formula that is being done. Now ये 3 language formula क्या है? If you remember the Kothari Commission जो 1964 में आया था, they have also recommended this. Especially they didn't say that 3 language formula and all that, they said that basically the foundational level of education, that is pre-primary etc., that should be done in the mother tongue so that students can understand it easily and they'll be ready for the future higher classes, ओके, द सेम थिंग दे हैव टेकन, मैंने स्टार्टिंग में भी बोला था कि अर्लियर जो कमीशंस ने कुछ रिकमेंडेशंस किया है, कमीशंस कमिटीज एसोसिएटेड विद एजुकेशन, मे बी उस टाइम पे इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया गया है, और इवन इफ दे हैव इनकॉर्पोरेटेड दैट दे वर नॉट एबल टू इम्प्लीमेंट प्रॉपर्ली, सो मेनी रीजंस, those kind of initiatives have also been incorporated as part of this NEP 2020. So one of that is this 3 language formula. Now first language it would be the mother tongue of the child, mother tongue या regional language जहाँ से भी वो है, and second language would be again हिंदी speaking states के लिए अगर second language में हिंदी speaking states के लिए either it would be modern Indian language or इंग्लिश। अब वही नॉन हिंदी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इट वुड बी हिंदी। ओके, नाउ थर्ड लैंग्वेज, फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज तो मदर टंग हो गया, सेकेंड लैंग्वेज भी देख लिया हमने, थर्ड लैंग्वेज। ना थर्ड लैंग्वेज में क्या है, नॉन हिंदी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इट इज़ ईदर हिंदी और इंग्लिश, एंड हिंदी स्पीकिंग स्टूडेंट्स के लिए अगेन इट वुड बी इंग्लिश और द एनी मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज। दिस वे दे वांटेड टू प्रमोट, एक तो अपना मदर टंग एक हो जाएगा उनका, मदर टंग जो भी है, दूसरा हिंदी हो जाएगा सेकेंड लैंग्वेज में मेजरली नॉन हिंदी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, एंड तीसरा एनी अदर लैंग्वेज मेजरली दे कैन गो फॉर ईदर इंडियन लैंग्वेज ले सकते हैं अगर अवेलेबल है तो, और एनी अदर मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज। ओके, now along with all these assessment reforms are also very very important, for which now under this policy board exams on would be up to 2 occasions during any given school year, one main examination and the other one for improvement if desired। जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं कि कोई फेल हो गया तो हम बोलते हैं ना फिर सप्लीमेंट्री होता है, उसमें लिख के पास हो जाओ, राइट, बट दैट वाज ओनली फॉर दोज हु हैव फेल्ड, okay, not for improvement, but here they are considering that, and this is already there in few states में जो state syllabus जो होता है ना, unlike CBSE or ICSE etc, they those few states which they have the state boards, there I have noticed that they have these improvement exams, not for 10th but 11th and 12th। okay, there if they are not able to score well in the mains examination, they can go for the improvements, जो सप्लीमेंट्री देते हैं ना उसी के साथ साथ ही इम्प्रूवमेंट्स होता है, मीन दे कैन गिव अंडर द सेम हेड इम्प्रूवमेंट्स, देयर बाय दे कैन इम्प्रूव द स्कोर, दैट वुड बी वेल। अगर वो जिस सब्जेक्ट में वो इम्प्रूव करना चाहते हैं ओनली दैट सब्जेक्ट ऑल्सो दे कैन गिव, जैसे बायोलॉजी फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री का किसी का सब्जेक्ट है, फिजिक्स में कम आए हैं स्टूडेंट को, बट द स्टूडेंट फील्स दैट ओके आई वुड हैव बीन एबल टू डू वेल in if not I was in that situation, ऐसा कई सार बार होता है ना, then they can go for improvement, okay, I want to write only physics exam in the supplementary or the improvements, thereby I want to improve my score, so वो भी कर सकते हैं, but now they are saying that it would be available for all the boards। setting up of a new national assessment center, PARAK, so PARAK means performance assessment review and analysis of knowledge for holistic development। now here not only the regular marks would be provided, जैसे कि सब्जेक्ट में 100 है, 100 में बच्चे को 60 आए, 70 आए, वॉट एवर, एंड ऑल दिस सब्जेक्ट these are the marks and total this is the percentage, this was earlier, but now along with that they will be also provided with the holistic assessment like what you will say that एनालिसिस ऑफ कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स किस तरह से है, लॉजिकल स्किल्स किस तरह से है बच्चे का, वेयर दे आर लैगिंग इन दो स्किल्स, दैट इज स्किल बेस्ड असेसमेंट इज ऑल्सो बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड नाउ। एक अच्छे से ग्राफ में दे देते हैं एंड दे एक्सप्लेन, एक मतलब एक थ्रेशोल्ड टाइप का, मीन दिस इज द बेसिक, एक बेस वो दे देते हैं कि दिस इस एज में दिस शुड हैव बीन द स्टूडेंट शुड हैव बीन दिस मच कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स, दैट इज परसेंटेज वॉट एवर इन वॉट एवर बेसिस, ग्राफ में देते हैं जनरली वो। So but the student currently is lying here, so these are the this is what he or she is lacking, and the teachers will explain the parents etc, know how that can be improved or what more can be done and all that। okay, separate gender inclusion fund and special education zones, especially for girls and transgenders, especially in those areas where still they have taboos that sending girls to co-ed school, it's not good, lots of transgenders के लिए तो schools they are not allowed like that, in those cases they can have this funding। robust and transparent, यहाँ पे कुछ मिस हो गया क्या मैंने, yes, मूल्य प्रवाह, sorry, this is what I have said, value based education हमने objectives में पढ़ा था ना, value based education, that values would be imparted, Indian cultural values. That is the Moli Prava, inculcating human values and professional ethics. This is about the higher education institutions, but in schools also they'll be taught all these, wherein this will help students to develop respect towards the fundamental duties and constitutional values, bonding with one's country. Higher education में जैसे schools में होता है वहाँ पे basic values will be taught under moral science subject. Awareness of universal human values like satya, dharma, shanti, prem, ahimsa, scientific temper and more. Okay, next, robust, ये देख लिया हमने, robust and transparent process for recruitment of teachers and merit-based performance. This is already being done under various programs and various exams actually. Ensuring availability of all resources through school complexes and clusters. Okay, setting up state school standards authority, so that under this policy हमने एक और pillar देखा था. What was that? Accountability. That will happen only we have proper policies and framework in place. That would be done under this. EdTech companies and startups, they should be they should provide with necessary guidelines and impetus to develop learning management systems, that is LMS, ERPs, enterprise resource procedure कुछ होता है वो, assessment platforms, online labs, etc. So edtech company जो online teaching में ऐसे रहते हैं उनके लिए भी framework they want to bring in, so that there should not be any problem especially to the students. And एक और under NEP में they were planning, that is idea labs, idea development, evaluation and application labs. Especially this is under the national NCQF qualification framework जो अभी हमने देखा है. तो उसमें क्या है, हायर एजुकेशन में दिल बी प्रोवाइडेड विथ वोकेशनलाइजेशन, राइट, while वोकेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ द कोर्सेज और प्रोवाइडिंग स्टूडेंट्स द necessary NSQF, National Skills Qualification Framework. Under that they have to be provided with necessary skills, but during that time they'll be coming up with various ideas. So those ideas should be developed based on the again STEM fundamentals: science, technology, engineering, maths. Strong societal and industry linkage. Now what are those ideas? That would be based on the problems that they are witnessing in their societies. Okay, so those societies problem, they'll the ideas from that they'll come up with any solution through an idea, and that would be linked industrial, so that marketable, उसे और अच्छे से create करके market में release करना. All that would be done. Hands on experience, they'll have learning by doing, round the clock operation. So this will help under these labs. These the students will be able to do like tinkering labs, अटल tinkering labs का वैसा ही जैसे उसी तरह से on the same lines. Okay. Holistic and multidisciplinary education with multiple entry and exit options that we have already discussed कि 1 year complete हो गया तो certificate, 2 years diploma, 3 years regular degree and 4 years हो गया तो they'll get the honors. Same multiple system से दूसरे इसमें जा सकते हैं. National Testing Agency to offer common entrance for admission to higher education institutions. Already अभी UG and PG के लिए हो ही रहा है. CUET ये सब एग्जाम्स होते हैं ना, कॉमन यूनिवर्सिटी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट, दैट देयर ऑन द सेम लाइन्स. एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस? नाउ इट इज एन ऑनलाइन सेंट्रलाइज्ड सिस्टम ऑफ फॉर क्रेडिट एक्यूमुलेशन एंड रिडेम्पशन एंड क्रेडिट अकाउंटिंग. सी जिनका क्या बोलते हैं ये डिजिलॉकर होता है ना, through that the students can create an ABC code, that is academic bank of credit, or it is also called as APAAR code, that is automated, मैं लिख देती हूँ, automated permanent academic account registry. Okay, now what is the importance of this? Once the student goes to the this DigiLocker, so the student with that DigiLocker account can create a unique 12-digit ABC code under the education one. Okay, after this the student can under education part he or she can select their university, and generate the score, ABC score or the APAAR score. So this way the score would be online. So if we want this multiple entry exit options, this would be of great help. The student, if you want to, as you can see, his credits, that is whatever the subjects that he has done, the marks that he has scored, that all comes under credits, no? That would be deposited here under ABC. So that would be visible. Now if he wants to go to institution B, now he can redeem those credits, that I have already done this, now I want to get into this stream using those credits. So here that academic flexibility, the credit transfer, the mobility of the student, and the student has all the flexibility to choose the learning path as per his or her choice. That is the importance of this academic bank of credit, completely digitalized. DigiLocker में ये already available है. It's a 12-digit code. Next, setting up of multidisciplinary education and research universities. Obviously, when they are promoting that, that should come up. So that's what they are planning, setting up of National Research Foundation under this education only. Okay. Now, teacher training, 4 years integrated stage specific, subject specific Bachelor of Education, that is BA teacher training would be provided. Along with that, integrated teacher education program is also being done. Why? This is because lot of things are new under this national education policy. So until and unless they are being provided with the latest techniques, latest technologies, latest styles of teaching and various other methods of teaching, teachers also will not be able to comply with the policies assigned under NEP. So that is being done through this integrated teacher education program. Okay. About 2 crore out of school children will be brought back into mainstream under NEP 2020. We have seen compulsory education jo kar diya hai. Establishment of national mission for mentoring, that is what they are trying to do under this, so that teacher education program can be done. Creation of autonomous body, National Educational Technology Forum is also being done to promote the technical education. See, until and unless students are prepared, the foundations of technical education, like your ITI basic, again vocational course, at all they have to have proper framework, etc., for which this would be helpful. Okay. Next, multiple mechanisms with checks and balances will combat and stop the commercialization of higher education, of all these policies, framework, etc. All educational institutions will be held to similar standards of audit and disclosure as a not-for-profit entities. So, not-for-profit entities की तरह ही उनको treat किया जाएगा. And the center and state will work together to increase the public investments in education sector to reach 6% of GDP. So, the budgetary allocation for education sector, it should be 6% of our country's GDP. This is as per the economist who has suggested. Even NEP also suggests the same thing. But currently, where do we stand? See, if अगर हम लोग सोचेंगे कि education sector का जो budget है allocation, that should be 6% of GDP, it comes close to 19 lakhs 66,309 crores. इतना आना चाहिए, close to 20 lakhs आप समझिए, 20 lakh crores. But how much we are providing to education sector as per the latest 24-25 budget also, it is just 1.24 lakh crores. Not even 1% of our GDP. It's much, much lesser than that. Okay. And under NEP, एक और initiative government has taken, Manodarpan, for mental health and well-being of the students, for which they will be providing the emotional support and counseling to students who are under distress, and especially ये कोरोना के टाइम पे उन्होंने किया था, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स वेर इन लॉट ऑफ एंजाइटी. एकदम से स्कूल आना, फिर ऑनलाइन में इतना नहीं होता है जितना ऑफलाइन में चलता है, दैट इज़ स्पेशली विद द यंग किड्स. सो दैट ऑल दे हैव ट्राइड टू reduce that anxiety, their distress, etc., through this Manodarpan initiative. National toll-free numbers, interactive online chat options have been provided, and a database and directory of the counselors as well, whom they can talk to, so that their anxiety can be brought down. Now, if you look at the latest current affairs associated with the NEP 2020, now we have said that NEP focuses on the inclusion of vocational education as part of the regular curriculum, and that too under the national national skill qualifications framework. So under which they have identified one institution which is in Bhopal, that is Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal. Now this is currently acting as a principal coordinating agency for organizing teachers training program for vocational teachers or trainers, and this is being done. Training कैसे हो रहा है? Done in collaboration with various states or union territories on aspects related to NEP 2020. That includes vocational pedagogy, जैसे 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th स्टूडेंट्स को अंडर नेशनल स्किल्स क्वालिफिकेशन फ्रेमवर्क जो 1, 2, 3 लेवल्स एटलीस्ट उतना स्किल बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग देना है. दैट एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल्स इवन इमीडिएटली आफ्टर 12th ऑल्सो दे शुड बी एबल टू गेट जॉब्स, vocational and pre-vocational skills and emerging technologies. And for which what they have done is under Samagra Shiksha scheme, already states or union territories can choose from NSQF compliant 88 job roles in 22 sectors as per the skill gap analysis of that particular state or union territories. That is based on the review or analysis, each state has been found with some skill gap, that is students are not being provided with some sort of skills. So that in which sectors that skill is, what are the job roles, so all this would be considered, and as per the NSQ of that levels, under each level again they have lots of sectors, lots of job roles, etc. Based on that, the framework, the curriculum should be designed for that particular state, vocational education curriculum. Okay, along with that MOUs have been signed, ये भी latest current affairs December के ही है, have been signed for setting up of campuses of IIT Madras in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Already वहाँ classes भी शुरू हो गए हैं 2023 से ही, and IIT Delhi, Abu Dhabi, now in 2024 the classes are going to start, commence there. Okay, so India का IIT that has a first international campus, that is IIT Madras in Zanzibar, Tanzania, and the second is IIT Delhi, that would be in Abu Dhabi. अब 2024 के current affairs में क्या है, one of the important, that is the Department of School Education and Literacy, they have launched Prerna, which is an experiential learning program wherein students would be provided with experiential and inspirational learning program with the best in class technology where heritage meets innovation. That is, students would be selected based on the merit and all that various they look into, and 10 boys and 10 girls would be selected, and they'll be provided with a week long training, and each day is dedicated to a particular skill. कई बार bravery के लिए, कुछ time हमारे culture के लिए. Likewise they have divided the 7 days for various programs, and that would be imparted to the students, and this is done एक accommodation, मतलब सब offline में होता है, and they'll be provided with accommodation, food, etc. And this is for the students from class 9th to 12th. And this way, these students, once they are back to their schools, they can impart whatever that they have learned to their fellow students. So this is done from a vernacular school established in 1888 in one of the oldest living cities of India, Vadnagar, Mehsana district, Gujarat. I have discussed this in detail in one of the current affairs class. Okay, you can go through that. Now, Feb के recent current affairs. Launch of Swayam Plus platform. Swayam एक platform है which is a massive open online course platform, that is anyone can go and study, do courses there, and this was majorly to provide educational opportunities for vast number of learners, and that was launched in 2017 by the Ministry of Education. Now in line with that only, now they have extended that with in line with the NEP 2020. Now NEP 2020 क्या है, हमने उसमें क्या देखा है, employability, whatever courses, whatever skill based courses, vocational courses that is being imparted to the student, that should be able to provide jobs to the students, right? Employability. So for which what is important, they should be provided with such skill based training that is required in the industry. That is, industry people should come forward and explain ki these are the skills that we require in our industries. So please provide us such kind of students. So they'll provide that kind of training to the students. So it includes courses supporting industry needs that enhance learners' employability. It is developed in collaboration with industry giants like L&T, Microsoft, Cisco, and various others to understand their requirement, and accordingly, courses are being launched. Swayam Plus features innovative elements such as multilingual content, which was not there in earlier Swayam program, AI-enabled guidance, credit recognition, and pathways to employment. Which obviously now these are coming forward with their requirements, and the training or the courses are being launched based on the requirements. Obviously, they'll have a clear-cut pathway to employment. And over 9 lakh students earn SWAM certificates through a proctored exam every year. That is also done. So your best in class instructions, proctored exams, they can earn credit points, weekly assignments, active local chapters, systematic approach. As per the requirement of the industry, the courses would be created and provided to the students. Okay. Now from today we'll be having some homework questions as well. These are the 2 homework questions that I have provided. Now I want you to answer these in the comment section, or in the next class we'll discuss. You have to answer me. Okay. Yes, or you can use these questions and answer in the Telegram group as well. Channel में तो होता नहीं है. That's the reason I have launched the group. Right? So this is all from my end today. Thank you very much for being with me. I know this has been one of the lengthiest sessions. 45 minutes का हुआ है. But still, this is important. We have already understood what importance of this particular class in starting itself. And now we are winding up with the homework questions. Thank you very much once again. Yes, now the forum is open for your suggestions, comments on today's session, or any other, comments or suggestions. All are welcome. Yes, doubts, queries, questions. Okay, no questions, no problem. You can always reach out to me through any of the options. Okay, thank you very much once again. Please don't forget to like this session and share this session with your friends as well. See you all tomorrow. Most probably tomorrow I'll either take the class or upload the recorded one, that is Premiere. Let me see how it will go. Okay, thank you very much once again. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. See you all tomorrow then. Take care. Bye-bye.